Well, hello, YouTubers. All my subscribers, hello. Good evening, whatever time it is where you're at. Hello. I come back to you with another live word from the Lord. And this word is coming from Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. I'm going to read it to you. Before I do that, the title of this live is Chaos is Coming. And God gave me that to tell you that you're going to have to really trust in God. You're going to really have to hear from the Lord and listen to my previous live, what God is showing me in this time and season. But God said, surely chaos is coming. And it's going to be so much confusion that it's really going to cause fear in God's people. And God has allowed me to come to YouTube with this, but you can also follow me on Patreon. So I'm going to read Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. And what this passage is saying, basically, you're going to have to really know God. You're going to have to really know that God is speaking to you. Because in this time that's coming, it's going to be a lot of confusion. And like I mentioned before, listen to my first live about confrontation, because it's important that we know God in order to know what and when and who to confront. So God has given me this word for you for this purpose, that he says to fear not, to trust in him with everything you have, because the time that's coming, it's going to be so much confusion, so much chaos. And God is showing me sickness, a lot of things, plagues that are happening suddenly. I want you to go to Patreon because I talk about that, because certain media platforms have standards as far as what they allow you to post or even talk about. So I want you to go to Patreon and follow me on there. But God is showing me about chaos and confusion. And he gave me Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. For those that are listening, God said he loves you. He said he's prepared you for such a time as this. He said, do not be afraid to trust him. Hear and listen and obey his guidance. Whatever he tells you to do, you do it. A lot of you are going to be making some big decisions. And I don't want to go into a lot of detail because the enemy is listening, and I don't want him to interfere with the plans God has for you. But God is going to speak to you directly where the enemy cannot hear what God is saying to you. So please spend time with the Lord. Spend time in his presence, because hearing from him is going to be very important. And to know his voice and to trust in him, and not lean to your own understanding, what you're seeing, what the world is telling you. It's what God is saying to you. This is going to be your lifeline. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and God is going to direct your path. And this is a path of safety. So a lot of you are going to be in some dangerous situations, dangerous pathways. You're going to see danger. These are perilous times. But God is saying, as you trust him and hear his voice, he's going to direct you out of it. And don't second guess him. Pay attention to what God is saying to you. Obey. Obedience is very important now. The word of God says obedience is better than sacrifice. You can give all God your time and everything, but you do not obey him, that is worse than witchcraft. You've disobeyed him. God said your heart is not right. It's a sin of witchcraft. Then you're in the flesh, you're not in the spirit. So God said walk in the spirit. So that's the word. God bless you. Until the next time, I bring another live.